Why do so many intelligent investors panic at exactly the wrong moment? If investing is supposed to be rational, why do emotions seem to take over when the stakes are highest?
That's one of the greatest paradoxes in investing. Most people believe losing money is the biggest risk, but in reality, losing emotional control is often far more expensive. When markets fall, your brain doesn't interpret the event as numbers on a screen. It interprets it as danger. Thousands of years of evolution trained us to run from threats, not to calmly analyze them. Unfortunately, the stock market rewards behavior that often feels unnatural. The moments that create the greatest fear frequently create the greatest opportunities.
So, if fear is built into us, how can investors stop making emotional decisions when markets become unpredictable?
The first step is understanding that panic rarely begins with the market. It begins in the mind. Think about what happens during a market crash. Every headline screams disaster. Social media fills with predictions of economic collapse. Friends start asking if it's time to sell everything. Suddenly, you're no longer making decisions based on your financial plan. You're reacting to everyone else's emotions. It's like standing in a crowded theater where someone yells fire. Even if there's no immediate danger, your instinct is to follow the crowd. Investing works much the same way. The crowd often mistakes volatility for permanent loss. History has shown this again and again. Markets have endured recessions, financial crises, pandemics, wars, and political uncertainty. Yet over long periods, disciplined investors who stayed invested were generally rewarded, while those who sold in fear often locked in losses and missed the recovery. One of the biggest psychological traps is something called loss aversion. Research suggests that losing $1 feels significantly more painful than the pleasure of gaining $1. That imbalance pushes many people to sell simply to stop the emotional discomfort, even when the long-term outlook hasn't fundamentally changed. Experienced investors understand something powerful. They don't try to predict every market movement. Instead, they prepare themselves emotionally before volatility arrives. They accept that downturns aren't interruptions to investing. They're part of investing. I like to compare it to planting a tree. You don't dig it up every week to check whether the roots are growing. You water it, protect it, and give it time. Wealth works the same way. Patience often accomplishes what panic never can. So the next time the market falls, ask yourself one simple question. Has my investment changed, or have my emotions changed? That single question can separate a temporary setback from a lifelong investing mistake. Because in the end, successful investing isn't about having the highest IQ. It's about having the strongest discipline when everyone else is losing theirs.
That was a powerful conversation, and I hope it changed the way you think about investing. The biggest battles in wealth building don't happen in the market. They happen in our minds. If you found value in today's episode, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear this before making their next investment decision. And if you enjoyed this discussion, subscribe to the channel and join us for more conversations on the psychology of money, investing, and financial freedom. Thanks for listening, and until next time, stay patient, stay disciplined, and keep building wealth one smart decision at a time.